Hello, this tutorial will show you how to use Google Calendar to book lab time in Lab 1. The first step, of course, is to go to google.com, and I'm going to show first on a desktop computer. Google Calendar seems to work a little bit better on a desktop calendar, mainly because you can click and add appointment slots instead of having to touch with your finger. So from google.com, you can go to Calendar at the top, or you can also just type in your address bar calendar.google.com. Now you'll have to sign in with your ISD192.org account. Remember, it's your first initial and then your last name. I'll type in my password. It's the same across the district. I sign in and your screen will probably look a little bit like this. On the left, you'll see that there's a mini calendar, and then it also says My Calendars. I have 4 calendars right now, so it gets a little bit crazy. So I like to hide calendars that I don't want to look at right now by just clicking on them. You already should know about the internal NTE. Those are the main events at the school. But if we hide all that, you should also see that we have NTE Lab 1. Mine is yellow, yours will probably be yellow, but it might be a different color too. As I scroll around here by using my top arrows, there's nothing yellow because no one's booked anything in the lab yet. So I'm going to turn on actual internal also. Let's see, if I wanted to book some lab time in Lab 1, I'll go to the date that I want, and I'm going to go all the way to, how about here or something. There, and you can actually see that someone has booked Lab 1. It's in yellow. If you want to book time in the lab, you just click on the day and the time that you want. So if I want Monday the 11th at 1 p.m., I'll click right by 1 p.m. Type in what it is or who it's for. So I'll say Jackson Media. This is super important. The most important step is to make sure that you change the calendar destination. By default, it will be set to your own calendar. You want to make sure that it's NTE Lab 1 instead. It should also change to that yellow color. After I create the event, it should be right away put on the calendar. Everyone can see it also, so they'll know that you have that lab time. If you decide to change your mind, all you have to do is click on the yellow. You can change the title, you can change your time, and you can even change the day. If you want to add in more details, you can put that in the description. And let's see, I don't think you'd probably need anything else. If you decide to delete it, you can just press delete. And if you made changes, make sure you press save. And that's pretty much all there is to booking lab time on a desktop computer. Next, I'll show you how to do it on the iPad. Alright, now that I've shown you on the desktop, I will show you how to do Lab 1 bookings on the iPad. Just like before, I went to calendar.google.com, or just go to Google and then click Calendar at the top. After I sign in with my ISD192 account, it will show up either like this with the desktop version, or you might get a mobile version by default, which looks like this. It's very difficult to do much of anything actually with the mobile version, so at the bottom I would suggest you click desktop. Then it should just look like your computer. Remember that on the left still you have a lot of calendars probably, so if it gets confusing you might want to click to hide some of them. Again, if I want to book something on September 2nd at 11 a.m., I just click or touch in this case by that. It's a little harder with the iPad with your touching, so you can touch pretty much wherever. Again, make sure that you don't choose internal NTE for the lab, but you choose NTE Lab 1 if that's what you want. After you create the event, you can still click on it And then if you mistakenly touched a time, you can edit that time. Again, everything you do is automatic and it will show for everyone. That's all that I have, and if you have any questions, please.